Putin?
I do respect him.
Do you? Why?
Well, I respect a lot of people, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get along with him. He's a leader of his country. I say it's better to get along with Russia than not. And if Russia helps us in the fight against ISIS, which is a major fight, and Islamic terrorism all over the world,
right,
major fight, that's a good thing. Will I get along with him? I have no idea. It's very
He's a
possible
killer,
I
though.
won't.
Putin's a killer.
A lot of killers. We got a lot of killers. Why, you think our country's so innocent?
Although President Bush led this invasion, that President Clinton laid the groundwork with the sanctions and with the previous bombing of Iraq. You were President Clinton's U.S. ambassador to the United Nations.
The sanctions were the correct policy.
Right. The UN sanctions, for example, the sanctions led to the deaths of more than 500,000 children, not to mention a million Iraqis.
I stand behind the sanctions. I believe that they successfully contained Saddam Hussein. I believe that the sanctions were an instrument of our policy.
To ask a question that was asked of U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Madeleine Albright, do you think the price was worth it? 500,000 children dead?
Well, I believe our policy was correct, yes.
Dirty ass murderer.
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And you know, is the price worth it?
I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
So you gotta ask yourself, what's really gonna make more Muslims hate the United States for the rest of their life? And everybody that they know and other friends and relatives and family, Donald Trump banning for 3 months until we can fix the vetting process on 7 countries, or the United States? It started with Bill Clinton and his sanctions, and George Bush, he continued it. He didn't remove the sanctions. He could have removed the sanctions. And then, of course, we ended up getting in the war, and we know that there was fake news or bad information. That is part of the reason why we ended up going there, saying that he had weapons of mass destruction. And so what's going to make more Muslims hate the United States for the rest of your life? 576,000 kids dying from something that's not necessarily an issue, malnutrition. Like, there's more food in the world to feed everybody, but the problem is just transporting it to everybody. So what's going to have a bigger impact? 500,000 little kids dying for no reason because of sanctions, or a 3-month ban? So it's definitely not a 3-month ban. A 3-month ban isn't going to do anything to those people compared to this. What about you? If your kid, God forbid, your niece, your nephew, your little cousin, one of your friends' kids, your godson, your goddaughter, anybody, or even kids that you see on TV, like you just see something in your news, in your media, in your state. If I don't know about you, but if a little child that I love died from something, I would most likely hold it against that person or that country. And I'm Christian, and I want to live a good life, and I'll definitely try to eventually forgive them, but that's gonna hurt, and it's gonna hurt for a long time. So Donald Trump was definitely right. We are a country that we've done some messed up stuff, and we're not so innocent. We are killers in a certain sense.